Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. All right, man. So we're in the thick of the NBA playoffs, and I tell you, my Pelicans, man, I got to give them credit. They hung in there against OKC. They hung in there with OKC. It was a close game throughout, but they couldn't close the deal, man. They couldn't close the deal and ended up giving it up to OKC in that first one. But hopefully they can beat them tomorrow.
I mean, is Zion at full strength right now?
He's not playing. He got injured.
Oh, okay. I remember. Wait a minute, he played the first game, though, right?
No.
Oh, I thought he played the first game.
He played against the Lakers in the play-in game.
In the play-in game, that's what it is. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he dropped 40 in that play-in game. I mean, was manhandling the Lakers and pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, because I definitely remember seeing him. I'm like, and I remember him being injured. So that's why I'm saying I was thinking, maybe he's not 100% because I happened to miss that game.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing my birthday festivities. So
yeah, happy birthday.
I missed that game, But I was trying to catch all the rest of them though. But I kind of caught the highlights on that game. I was like, I don't remember seeing Zion in that game in the highlights.
No, you did, man. And that's the thing about it, man. I think he's finally coming into his own. Like I keep telling people, like, it's a huge adjustment from college to the pros, going from 30-something games in a season to 82 games. And so this is the first year out of Zion's, I think it's his fifth year, maybe it's fourth or fifth year. This is his first time playing 70 games in a season. So, one, he had to change his diet. I'm sure he did that. Probably getting better shape, probably got a chef. Those are the things needed. He needed to get his butt in shape. So at least we got 70 games. I hope he gets better. But I think, he proved in that Lakers game that he's a superstar and that this team revolves around him.
Yeah. He's the flashes have always been there. I mean, ever since he's been in the league, the flashes have been there. I mean, the whole question was his healthy, his healthiness. Can he stay healthy?
Right.
And is he going to be able to, should he lose some pounds? Like, I think if he lose like about 25 pounds, that would help him a lot.
Right.
He's already explosive. I don't think that's going to go nowhere because you lost weight, but I think that's what it is. He's just so heavy and he's jumping so high. When he comes down, I think it's just hurting him just a little bit more every time.
No, you're right. I think there's a lot of stress on his knees and ankles. Big man like that coming down hard on himself. But he's a special talent, man. And I mean, like he was taking it. I mean, Zion's really like 6'5", 6'6", and he's going at 7 foot Anthony Davis and 6'9" LeBron James.
Yes,
taking him to the basket.
Explosive player, man. He's very, very explosive. I mean, he gets up so fast, and when you're that big, he's like what,
wide.
270? Yeah. He like 270, 280?
Yeah, he like 280. He's a wide man.
When you're that big and you can get up that fast, and it carried along because he was like that in college. Right?
Yep.
And it carried on into the NBA. He's still that explosive.
Yep.
When you're that fast, when you're that big and that explosive, it's going to be a problem for people to check.
He reminds me of Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley really wasn't that tall. He was just a wide, strong man that had quick hops.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he had more hops than Charles Barkley did.
Oh yeah, he does.
But I get what you're saying. It's that same type of frame.
That's same type of frame. And you remember Charles when he was with the 76ers, he was explosive. He compared to the other players at that time, his jumping ability, his ability to get up really fast reminds me of how. I mean, Zion reminds me of that, right? Charles Barkley is not the athlete that Zion is, but compared to the players at the time, he looked like that type of an athlete.
Absolutely,
he was explosive. So man, I'm just hoping that the Pelicans can get out of this series against the Thunder, get to the second round, and then if they can get to the second round, Zion will be ready because right now he's going to be evaluated after 2 weeks. So I think that's now a week, but the series will probably be over.
The Thunder had the number 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
They ended up seed? Yeah.
Yep, they were number 1 seed, but I like the matchup. I think that's a good matchup for the Pelicans. They played him well.
Right.
They don't play the Nuggets well. So that's why they wanted to play the Nuggets. And I know they you know, good. I mean, the Lakers are pretty low, but the Lakers they give the Pelicans a problem. But speaking of the Lakers, and speaking of somebody giving you a problem, the Nuggets have beaten the Lakers 10 straight times.
10 straight games, man. What can you say? My team. I mean, look, they're kind of you gotta. They're just not playing like a team. They do a lot of ISO. It's a lot of. There's no setup. There's no real passing the ball around. There's no weaving. There's a lot of ISO setup, you know. And I guess when you're running that a lot, the person who's running ISO 4 has to be hidden. You know what I'm saying? He has to be on because the rest of the team is really not involved.
Right.
My man D'Lo, he came out firing. He went nuts. Like first quarter, I think he had 4 3-pointers. You know, but they didn't continue to keep him involved like they should have. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get him and they start sliding to him, now you got Anthony Davis in the paint. You know, but I think that I mean LeBron is still the ageless wonder. He still could put his head down and just debo into the paint pretty much anytime he want to.
Right.
Toward the end of the game, he started hitting his 3-pointers. And well, except for the one that counted.
I was about to say the one at the end.
The one that counted, he did not
wide open. He missed it.
Open. Guy fall down out of your face. There's only Lakers standing around you. 3-pointer. And look, took his time too. I mean, he had time to do it.
Yeah.
And just doinked it. You know, and gave Jamal Murray the chance to win the game, man. It was what can you say, man? When somebody got your number, they got your number.
They got your number. Who's your daddy? Did you?
You're down 20. You're up 20. You know, you're up 20.
Did you hear the crowd chanting, "Who's your daddy"? After the first game, the crowd in Denver was chanting, "Who's your daddy?"
Yeah, dog. It was crazy. It was one of them crazy comebacks.
Yeah.
I told myself I wasn't gonna finish watching that game, and when it went up 20, I said, "Okay, yeah, ain't no sense for really keep standing up. You know, I gotta go to work early." So I was like, I don't have to finish watching this game. I woke up. I said, "What did I just see? Wait a minute. I know Denver did not win that game. I know Denver did not win that game.
Right.
And I had to go back and look at the highlights, look at the box score. I'm like, what? How did it even come back like this? Why am I seeing Jamal Murray score the game-winning bucket on the highlights? What's going on here?
Right.
Yeah, like you said, man, they just got a number. They got their number.
They got their number. Straight. But I mean, you gotta call it out. I mean, Austin Reeves and Hachimura, they're killing them. Like you only getting 3 points from Hachimura out there.
Yeah,
he's playing 37 minutes. And Austin Reeves playing 32 minutes and give you 9 points.
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about with the isolation. They're running too much. You need to get all them little other side players involved.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as they clamp down on your isolation, if you're not hitting, you stop scoring points.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And they were not getting the rest of the team involved, you know, except for D'Lo. But I mean, D'Lo's kind of making his own shot, though. It wasn't like he was getting these great passes or nothing. It just, you know, he was just standing there. He'll make his own shot, and which, you know, we saw was a 3-pointer. But yeah, they just weren't getting enough of the team involved. And I guess they got relaxed when it was up 20. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think part of the problem is they don't really have a true point guard. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if LeBron can do it anymore like that. I mean, he you know, he's still giving you 12 assists, so I guess he's doing it, but you know, that takes him away from doing other stuff. But it's like, you know, D'Lo is supposed to be a point guard, but he's not really a point guard. He's more of a shooting guard.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hurts him, controlling games, especially at the end of games. But
absolutely.
But you know, that was a great shot by Murray at the end, man.
1-on-1. I mean, he had Davis on him.
Yep.
And then they switched up, had LeBron on him. I mean, that's pretty much your best 2 defenders, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can't ask for much more defensively. And hey, he just did what he did, and he really didn't have a good game up to that point. The point he wasn't really playing that well,
right?
Going up to that point, because I remember him in the first half, like, okay, he's doing nothing, And like
Yeah,
I said, when I saw the highlights of the rest of the game, I'm like, oh, that's tale of two halves right there.
yeah, and he gave you the last 4 points to
Yeah.
win that game for him. He hit the bucket to tie it. Then they got the rebound, and he hit the game-winning bucket to close out the game, 101-99. So, man, Denver has the Lakers number, man, and we'll see what happens. I mean, because they swept them last year, so they got an opportunity to take this back to LA and see about sweeping them again. If that happens, man, what a stain on LeBron's legacy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He,
2 back-to-back sweeps.
Right.
Same team.
By the
That
same
means you
team.
went 0-8.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's worse than Jordan losing when he was a Wizard, man. This is getting ugly, LeBron. You can't. This is messing up your legacy, man.
Yeah.
So,
dog. That would not be pretty if that happens.
No, it won't. It won't be pretty. So, but looking at the other game that ended like excitingly at the end was the Knicks and the 76ers.
Yeah.
The 76ers had a 5-point lead with I think it was 5 seconds or so. And they ended at the end of the game. They hit the 3, and the 76ers tried to take the ball in. And it's all kind of controversy. Nick Nurse was claiming that he was calling a timeout, but when you watch the video, it's not really clear that he's calling a timeout. I mean, it's just too casual. Come on, man. When it's loud, you're in Madison Square Garden. I think they were in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Madison Square Garden. The crowd is yelling. The referee can't hear you say timeout. You got to run out on the court. You got to run up to him and say timeout.
Exactly. You got to make it very, very clear, because, like you said, they're not hearing the vocals. There's too much noise coming from too much places.
Noise, and they got to watch the play
from the side. Like when I'm in the crowd, and I can hear how loud it is, but I've never been courtside to hear the crowd, right? Yeah, I ain't had that kind of cheese. But even in the crowd, I see how loud it is. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting noise from all sides. They're not going to hear you talk. You got to be.
And the play is actually going on, so their eyes are on the play.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he's complaining about the officials. I was calling timeout. It's like, dude, you got to be more vocal. I mean, well, you got to be more demonstrative on getting that timeout, step in front of the officials and stuff like that. But that cost him the game. He should have called a timeout as they were trying to take the ball in, and just stopped it right there and called a play to get the guys open. But that's on the 76ers. But yeah, great comeback by the Knicks to take that down 5 and to win that game, man. That was fantastic. So
absolutely, man. I mean, Embiid is back. He came back just in time, but I wonder, is any rust kind of playing, any kind of rust playing to the fact that he was out for so long, even though he had a couple games back already. And he actually, I mean, he looked pretty good, but I mean, is he playing just to make sure he played for the playoffs, or is he truly?
Was he truly healthy?
Is he truly all the way healthy? You know what I'm saying? Because he was out for a long time.
Right. Right.
I mean, looking at it like the eye contact, the eye test, looking at it, he looks pretty good, but who knows for real if he's 100%. You know what I'm saying? He's not putting up to 30-something, 40-something he was putting up during the regular season sometime, and now you expect that.
Right.
And he's playing so many, but he's getting the minutes. And I figure if he was hurt, the coach wouldn't give him so many minutes. But I mean, he's getting the minutes. He played 37 minutes.
Yeah, but he gave you 34. He gave you 34 and 10, 6 assists. So I mean, he should be. I mean, that's a great game. That's an all-pro game. Maxey had 35 points. And excuse me, there was 30 seconds on the clock, and he was down by 5.
I'm thinking about the game. I'm thinking about the game from Saturday. You talking about the one from Saturday? Oh, no. Okay. I'm thinking about the Saturday game.
Yeah. I'm talking about the one from last night.
Right.
Yeah.
He had 29 points. He had 29 points in 37 minutes on a Saturday.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're putting up great numbers. That it's just it's just really only two players that's doing all the work. Maxey and Embiid both
Yeah, as far
giving
as
you
scoring.
69 points alone, just those two.
Yeah,
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 out of 101, 69 points came from two players.
yeah.
That ain't good.
And the Lakers are saying that too.
Yeah,
Like they don't get the ball around.
yeah,
You're gonna give the other team some chance to come back because now you're relying on two people to stay on the whole time.
yeah.
And we know that the NBA is about a game of runs.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
exactly.
runs, but then you're gonna have these runs when they're not scoring.
Right.
When they
Well,
not scoring, everybody else got to step up and pick up, and score.
well, I mean, usually your role players play a lot better when you're at home. So, hopefully the 76ers role players will play better because Embiid and Maxey can't do it all. Just like
Yeah,
Davis and LeBron can't do it all.
yeah, man. The NBA playoffs has shown that the NBA playoffs, and even in the past, not just this year, that it's all about the defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you look at you see these low scores, like these scores are coming in so low,
Mm.
And it's just not accustomed to it after seeing 82 games of NBA basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are 31 games that they don't play. They've been total over 270 points.
Yeah.
31 games.
Yeah.
Over 270. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. That's bonkers.
But that tells you defense is effort. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't giving that effort during the season. But come playoffs, the defense and intensity turns up. You know what I mean?
Oh, way up, man. When you have 6 games over 90 or 290 or more, and 2 games over 300 total.
Right.
And now you see the totals are barely hitting. I mean, the highest total is barely hitting like 220.
200. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are sub 200 totals going on, like several of them.
I mean, the highest yesterday was the 76ers and the Knicks at 205.
Right, right, exactly.
The Cavaliers in the Magic was 96 to 86.
Nobody even scored 100.
Right. I mean, we looking at this game looked like this was from the 90s, a blast from the past.
Right. And even the Lakers and the Nuggets, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They 200, and that's with the game actually being close in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Like
I said, defense is about effort, and
they stepped up the defensive effort. I mean, the score is tough. And I don't think it's just the pace slowing down, even though the numbers are showing you the pace is slowing down some. I think that's because of the defense. I think the defense is causing the pace slow down.
Well, I mean, when you watch these games, these guys are hustling back. They are focused. They're trying to make stops. So no, you're right. They've slowed the pace down. They're not allowing those outlet passes to leak out. During the season, you were seeing guys throwing from one end of the court to the other end of the court for easy layups and stuff like that. You're not seeing that no more. Not during the playoffs.
Right.
So it's a different game. It's a different animal in the playoffs, and it's showing, man. I that's why I love playoff basketball. Regular season basketball is cool. It's cool to go out and get a drink and hang out at the game, but it does not meet the intensity of playoff basketball.
Right.
So
absolutely.
That is definitely true.
Absolutely.
So okay, but we'll be watching these other games. Right now, it's Tuesday night, so the Timberwolves are up on the Suns, and Pacers are up 66 to 58 over the Bucks. Looking at the Suns with this big three of Booker, Bill, and Durant, this has got to be the biggest bust. I mean, it's almost to like the Brooklyn Nets when they had KG, what's his name, ISO Joe and Paul Pierce, and were horrible. That's how bad this is.
Man. It's so disappointing when you look on paper and you say, "Oh, they added KD." They're already a pretty good defensive team. You add KD for the scoring. They should be unstoppable. But they've been so up and down, man. They've been so up and down. When you think they're supposed to crush a team, they don't. and then sometimes they'll play a team like the Wizards, and Bill's coming back, and they absolutely dominated the Wizards, right? But then they'll play another team who's missing their stars, and they'll struggle to beat them.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird watching them, man. When they flip flop. One time they look like the best team in the league. Sometime, man. When you got Booker scoring, you got KD scoring, you got Bill contributing. You got your Grayson Allen hitting from the house outside, busting threes. When you got all that, and then you got Nurkic inside his big ass taking up all the rebounds. You remember that one game he had like 31 rebounds?
Yeah. But I just don't think the chemistry is there with this team.
It don't look like it, man.
I mean, you got a bunch of good players, but they don't work well together. That's all I'm saying. Right now, the Timberwolves have them 93-76.
Yeah, man.
And the Timberwolves, they've been together. They've been, in tough games. They've been, they had losing seasons. So, this is a young team that's growing well together. I just don't think the Phoenix Suns are growing well together, man. Just not a good team. Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. I think it was a mistake to blow them up after that playoff that championship run that they had a few years back.
Yeah, man. They're playing well. It seems like Minnesota was more concentrating on defense. They had one of the higher ranking defenses in the league this year, and when you got, and especially when you got shot blockers in the middle,
like Gobert.
Gobert, he not gonna go out by three. Now you got Cat gonna go out by the 3-point line. You know what Gobert gonna be.
Right.
You're gonna take him out of that paint. He's gonna stay in that paint, and you're not gonna just be coming in there with no rebound, no lazy layups. You know what I'm saying? Getting paint points.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be blocking shots. He's gonna take up space in the middle. And he's gonna make you shoot those mid range and long range shots. Mm-hmm. So he's playing good. Edwards he's in the superstar lane.
So, yeah.
If he stays a little bit more consistent, though, he got to be more consistent and not have those like 12-point games. But he's definitely in that superstar lane where it seems like when he's ready to, he can turn it on.
Yep.
And score those points. I mean, he had 33 points the last game?
I believe so. He had a big game. I forget how many points he had.
It was like a 30-point game or something. I know that. He had like
because they blew out the 76ers, and he had 33, 9 and 6. Yeah, he had a big game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it seems like at certain times he gets in that little lane where he's unstoppable. He's dunking, he's shooting his three, making those, he's shooting the mid-range, getting those. He's even in there getting rebounds and putbacks,
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of does it all. He just needs to stay consistent.
Right.
Because he'll have those other games when he'll score 9, 12 points.
But the good thing about it is he's on a young team. They all
Minnesota got it going together.
Yeah, they got it going. They're growing together. They seem to understand each other. They're starting to play well together. Like I was concerned about the Gobert, Cat Williams, Carl Anthony Towns, how they were going to work together. But it seemed to work well together because Towns, he really doesn't want to be in the paint. He don't want to be down there banging. So
at all.
Yeah.
At all. Not consistently. He'll act like a big man every once in a while. You see him backing somebody down, but that ain't his game.
That ain't his game. He don't want to do that.
Nah.
Yeah. He got it fixated in his head that he Dirk Nowitzki.
Right. Yeah. Clearly that's not his game.
No. So, well, tomorrow, my Pelicans will be playing. They got the Thunder at 9:30, so I'll be watching that. And then that game will be at 9:30. The game before that will be the Heat and the Celtics. Looks like the Heat don't have much of a chance in this, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking the Miami Heat was going to pull it on kind of like they did last year, kind of sneaky. Got in the playoffs, got hot. I kind of thought kind of try to do the same thing, but
not against this Celtics team. This is like one of the best team in the league.
Yeah. I mean, the same situation last year. I mean, people thought they was the best team last year as well. Well, at least one of them. But they kind of shocked when they actually beat the Celtics.
Right.
But it's It doesn't look like it. When you see it, the eye test is telling you that's not happening.
No. No, this Celtics team is loaded. So thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Allah.